What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here. I just got back from QuakeCon 2015, and while there I got to play 2 hours of Doom 4. Yes, that's right, the Doom 4. They had an alpha of it available and playable in multiplayer. Now, they wouldn't let me capture any game footage. They wouldn't even let me photograph any of the screens. They said a lot of this stuff is actually going to be tinkered a lot more before it gets to the beta. But I still wanted to give you guys my hands-on impression on how it plays as a whole. Now, if you're used to modern day shooters, this is going to be a drastic change. There's no sprinting, there's no reloading. This is all about fast, fluid, brutal kill-a-thons. In this gameplay, it was 6v6. 6 people on each team playing for 6 minutes in one arena. Now, the multiplayer itself was very frantic. I absolutely am in love with it. When you start out, you're actually able to use 3 pre-built preset loadouts, or you can make a custom loadout. Now, these are basically what weapons you're going to spawn with. Now, you had a rocket launcher, a sniper rifle, or an all-new gun that was never shown before called the static cannon. Now, this was by far the most interesting weapon to use. The static cannon runs on static electricity. It doesn't have standard ammo as you might imagine it. Instead, you can only shoot as long as you're moving. Consider it like a sniper rifle in Halo, but with no scope. If you shoot somebody in the chest or head, it can be game over quick. But you have to keep running in a giant circle around the entire map. Even if you're using your jump jets and trying to climb onto higher areas, while you're in midair, even though you're moving, you're not generating static electricity. I really liked tinkering with this, but my favorite gun was definitely the rocket launcher. That splash damage really hurt people over time. Now, you had 2 secondary weapons you could also equip in your loadout. You had a pulse rifle, which was just basically your standard machine gun. It just fired fancy little blue bullets. Or you could choose to use the super shotgun. This was a gun that when it fired had some serious kick. This could blow people away if you caught them in a really tight space. And really, this map had a lot of tight spaces that really utilized its abilities. Every time you fired the shotgun, though, you immediately had to reload. I like this mechanic, and it made it great for finishing people off. Really, both the secondary weapons were fantastic for finishing a weakened foe. If I fired a sniper rifle shot and it got people low health, but it didn't quite kill them, I'd bust out my plasma rifle and just fire a couple more rounds to make sure they were totally dead. Now, there were also 2 manual use accessory items. These accessory items were probably the most interesting thing to tinker with. When you pressed E, you would use your equipped accessory item. There's a frag grenade, which hurts a surprising amount, and you can spawn with 1, or you can spawn with a teleporter. This controls a lot like the teleporters in Unreal Tournament or Quake 3 Arena. You can throw it and it flies on a high arc, and wherever it lands, at any time you can press E and teleport to wherever it's currently resting. Now, this is actually really cool if you know that you need to pick up one of the power-ups on the map, but you're nowhere nearby and it's not there. You can drop your teleporter at it, go fight some people, and when you start getting in trouble, press E and teleport back. Maybe the power-up will be respawned. The map itself was like a foundry. It's pouring all this molten lava around. It looked really cool, but what's most important was that it was multi-tiered. There's a bottom tier that has a power-up. Now, the power-up for that bottom tier was invisibility, rendering you invisible to all enemies for 30 seconds. The middle tier was where most of the fighting took place, and it had quad damage. Now, if you pick this up, all damage dealt is multiplied by 4 for 30 seconds. The uppermost level, and the hardest part to get to, you had to use your jump jets up a series of platforms, had shields. You pick this up, and it basically gives you double the health for the remainder of that life. It's probably the one that's the most important, but also makes you the biggest target if you get up there. There's also an item that spawns randomly on the map called the Gauss rifle. This was basically a railgun. You can see through walls while you use it. It's a sniper rifle that lets you see enemies anywhere on the map. Anytime you're able to get a clear shot, if you hit them in the body or head, it's done. They will be literally liquidized by the rounds. This thing is giant, and it's a lot of fun to use, but it also makes you a pretty big target because people see that in your hand and go, oh shit, I need to end that guy. The most important thing of all, though, is that there's demons. Okay, so like every 60 seconds in the match, there's a voice that will come over your headset, and it says, Demon Runes spawning in 15 seconds. All of a sudden, everybody gets a marker on their heads-up display. It'll show you where on the map it's popping up. If you're the first person there, you actually get transported or transformed into a 12-foot tall demon that can fire rockets out of his shoulder-mounted cannons. While you're this 12-foot tall demon, pretty much anything you shoot is dead instantly, but you only get to be it for 60 seconds, so you have to be fast. While you're in the demon, it's actually kind of a struggle. You need to find all the foes who are probably fleeing from you, but every kill really counts. Once it expires, though, the rune just disappears, and it doesn't come back for another 60 seconds. If you're able to kill somebody while they're the demon, though, they'll drop the rune. Anybody who picks it up gets a fresh 60-second turn as the demon. This created an extra little mechanic that made it feel kind of like King of the Hill to me. You really wanted to kill the demon, but it's also kind of scary. If you kill the demon in the last 10 seconds and then one of their teammates picks it up, they're going to get an additional 60 seconds as a very dangerous demon decimating your team. Overall, even though this is an alpha, it felt so complete. It could be that they just polished off these couple guns and couple little modes, but really, I'm extremely satisfied with it. It just felt so fast and frantic, kind of a 90s version of multiplayer used in next-gen graphics. I'm very excited for the closed alpha later this year and open and closed betas in early 2016. I really have to tip my hat to you. This was incredible. I want to play this so badly. I mean, really, if I could go back and play this for another 5 hours right now, I would. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Feel free to like, comment, share with your Doom buddies, and subscribe. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. But most importantly, hunt those demons down. They're coming. They're coming. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.